Benny and the Floating Island. On the edge of the cozy town of Willow Bend, there lived a curious boy named Benny. With his round glasses and backpack stuffed with books and snacks, Benny was known as the town's greatest and only explorer. While most kids spent their afternoons playing ball, Benny was always out looking for adventures. One day, while sitting by the river and sketching a funny-looking duck, Benny noticed something strange. High above in the sky, partially hidden by fluffy clouds, was what looked like a floating island. It was massive, with waterfalls cascading down its edges and trees swaying gently in the wind. Benny's heart raced. A floating island? I have to explore it. Benny dashed home, grabbed his trusty exploration kit, and returned to the riverbank. He pulled out a slingshot, some rope, and his most important possession, a notebook where he documented all his discoveries. But how could he reach the island? As if on cue, a friendly hot air balloon owner named Captain Puff waddled into view. "Captain Puff!" Benny exclaimed. "I need your balloon!" The jolly captain chuckled. "A floating island, eh? Sounds risky, but if anyone can handle it, it's you, Benny." Minutes later, Benny was soaring into the sky in the bright red balloon. The closer he got to the island, the more he noticed its magic. The waterfalls sparkled like liquid silver, and strange birds with rainbow feathers zipped through the air. When he finally landed on the island, Benny was in awe. It was a magical paradise. The grass was so soft, it felt like stepping on clouds, and the air smelled of fresh lemons and honey. Benny wandered around, documenting everything in his notebook. He discovered flowers that hummed tunes, trees with glowing fruits, and a pond where fish swam in perfect circles, creating mesmerizing patterns. But then he heard a sound, a soft whimper. Curious, Benny followed the noise and found a small creature stuck under a bush. It looked like a mix between a bunny and a dragon, with fluffy ears, a tiny tail, and shimmering scales. "Don't worry, little guy," Benny said, gently freeing it. The creature chirped in gratitude and nuzzled his leg. Benny smiled. "I'll call you Dribbles." Dribbles wagged his tiny tail and pointed with his nose. Benny turned to see a massive, shimmering tower in the distance. The tower, made of glowing stones, stood tall at the center of the island. As Benny and Dribbles approached, the ground shook slightly, and the doors creaked open. Inside, Benny found a glowing crystal that seemed to hum with energy. A voice echoed in the chamber. "You've proven yourself kind and brave, young explorer. The island welcomes you." Suddenly, the crystal's glow spread throughout the island, and everything seemed even more alive and vibrant. The flowers sang louder, the trees sparkled, and the birds danced in the sky. Benny spent hours exploring every corner of the island with Dribbles by his side. But as the sun began to set, he knew it was time to head back home. "I'll be back," Benny promised. Dribbles chirped and hopped into the balloon with him. Back in Willow Bend, Benny became a local hero, sharing tales of the magical floating island and his new friend, Dribbles. From that day on, whenever Benny looked up at the sky, he knew there was always an adventure waiting for him. The end.